Hello everyone and welcome to Back to School Night. My name is Miss Dominici and I'm your child's 7th grade science teacher this year. Just a little bit about me before we get started. I'm a first year teacher here at VITA. I recently graduated from the middle level teaching program at Cal State San Marcos and I finished up my student teaching experience here at VITA with Science 7, so I am super excited to be back. My focus on the middle school level, plus my experience here at VITA, especially during virtual schooling, has given me a good idea of where students are coming from in their education. And it's also given me a really good understanding of the skill set that students need in order to continue their journey of becoming confident and successful and independent individuals. So with all of that being said, we will go ahead and dive right into what our class is all about this year. Here's a quick overview of what our class is all about. My goal for this year is to help students develop a meaningful connection to science and a growing curiosity for the world around them. This year, students will be expected to think and act like scientists. Students were able to discuss how we would think and act like scientists this year, and here are a few of the things that we came up with as a class. To question and be curious, to make observations and predictions, to be focused, to problem solve, and to persevere when problem solving, and to collaborate and work as a team. So students will be able to have the opportunity to work on projects and activities individually and in groups in class. Here are some of our class norms and expectations. So students are expected to come to class on time. We have 45 minutes and we will use all of them because we have a lot of ground to cover. Students can always find their class schedule in the calendar function on Canvas. I do expect students to come prepared, and this typically means with their science notebooks and writing materials. Students are also expected to participate. It's extremely important that students participate when they're in class. Our classroom does look different this year, but the connections that are formed through class discussion or student-to-student interactions are still important. And with the option to have cameras on or off, it's also very important that your children and I can communicate during class. I do expect students to come in and do their best, and I expect students to respect others at all times. This last one, if students miss a class meeting, please go back to the day's work and complete it before the next class. I understand that we are still becoming comfortable with virtual schooling, but if students do miss a class or come in late, I will ask that they go back and double check to make sure that they have not missed any assignments. And that brings us to our grading policy. So grades will always be posted on Aries, and I do follow a 4-point grading system that is consistent with VITA's grading philosophy. So a 4 would be mastery plus demonstration of extended learning or understanding. A 3 would equal mastery of the standard or skill. A 2 would equal approaching mastery. And a 1 is not there yet, but is showing effort. And then a 0 would be no credit, or there was no effort put forth, or no attempt at completing the assignment. And like I mentioned before, if a student does miss class or has fallen behind on assignments, I do accept late work. Students' development of accountability for themselves is also a very important part of their education. If a student is missing their work, I will typically reach out to the student first, and then after reaching out without success of that assignment being fulfilled is the point that I will reach out to parents. Extension activities will become available as we continue to get comfortable with virtual schooling. Students will be able to find these posted in our class modules. So our modules are where we keep all of our class assignments. I will do a quick walkthrough of our Canvas classroom after this slideshow to show you how to find all of those features. Extension activities will provide students with an opportunity to dive deeper and engage with the class content in a different way. So here is a quick overview of our Canvas classroom. So to find our Canvas class, go to Courses, find Science 7 Dominici and the period that your child is in, and that will take you to our homepage. So again, here are where our office hours are located. You can click any of these links and it will take you directly to our office hour Zoom session. Here are our modules, and this is where all of the class assignments will be kept for the year, and they will be updated week by week. So if a student does miss class, they should be logging onto Canvas and checking their modules for any of the assignments that they might have missed in class that day. Here's some class information. We already went over most of it, but here are our class norms and expectations, our grading rubric, and some of the topics that we'll be able to cover this year. And here are our class resources. So science notebook resources, I'll be adding to this as we continue to make progress throughout this year. Here is a life science textbook for students to reference. And again, here's my email in case you would like to get in touch with me at andreadominici@vistausd.org. All right, that concludes our Science 7 Back to School night. So thank you very much, and here's to an awesome year.